dedicated fraud teams that handle things like this. So why would they need to pay you when they could literally build the same thing? Because the same things you're doing, they could do it. They have teams that are dedicated to researching and figuring out this kind of problem. So why would they need to pay you when they could do it by themselves?
The same thing. We're making it very easy. Instead of them start trying to create something from scratch, or let me say they want to create a team by themselves. They want to create a specific team to research.
Let me make it easy for you. What's your unique value proposition for this one? What's your unique value proposition? What's the one thing you think makes this stand out from any other potential scam shield solution out there in the market?
Because this is built basically for Nigeria. We have many other scam shields, but they are generic. They don't have the specific data, the specific patterns for Nigeria financial fraud. We have many. We have the Zero AI, but they're actually generic. They don't understand the Nigerian PG. They can't give verdicts to a normal Nigerian. They are just generic. They don't have specific banks templates of how a bank message is meant to come and how it's not meant to come. So that's why our own standard, because it's built on each banks in Nigeria. Their templates. How are they? What is meant to? How is the template meant to be? Then why is this not like that? So the machine learning model is trained on such things.
Okay, so how do you get that data that makes you stand out?
We got from we got some data from the NIBSS and also there are some fraud data patterns from Cargo.
What?
From the NIBSS and some from Cargo.
Cargo. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am a fraudster. I specialized in sending those kind of messages you've used for your analysis. And I'm a businessman. I need to be in business. How can I partner with you? I am a fraudster. I specialize in sending those kind of messages that you've used for your analysis. How can I partner with you? Did you get my question? I am a fraudster. I specialized in sending those kind of messages you used for your analysis. How can I partner with you?
You can't partner with you can't partner because this website or this project is based to catch what you are doing. So when you try to do it, once you try to do it, any user, once you implement this kind of code, you can't tweak it. The system is based, it's secure. The security is full. You can't tweak it so that when you kind of send a message, and not give the user a safe verdict. No, you can't partner. Once if you implement the API into your project or into your business or anywhere, it's going to tell your user that you're trying to scam. That what you are doing safe is a scam.
Thank you very much. I asked you this question. I don't know if you know why, but this is my why. I want to understand what is your security architecture. How well do you know me? Do you understand my question? So what gives you the idea that what you've built is strong, is secured enough, you can catch me?
In our database, each user, once you log in, we have the RLS, so you can't steal another user data.
Say that again, please. Just take your time slowly.
I said in our database, the Postgre, we have RLS on each user table, the row level security, so you can't catch another person data. No content message can come out in production. Number two, the system is built so that in the API key, when you are getting the API key and implementing it, there's no way you can only try to reprompt the API, but the systems understand itself. The prompts that you give it, no matter what, it won't tweak to your. You can reprompt it based on when we put our AI inside our code. You can reprompt it.
Thank you. One more question for you. Who checks you? This your platform scams you. Has it been undergone? Has he undergone any kind of regulation? Who checks you? Who certified that you are safe?
No, sir, we've not. It's just the project we've built. We've not.
So it's assumption.
No, we've built it. We've tested. We've tested it on various data, various.
But have
patterns.
you made effort on who can certify you? Do you even know who can certify you that your platform is safe? It can be trusted.
Yes, the Nigeria Data Protection Center #1, the age.Our, have the NIBSS and other agencies from Nigeria that actually deals with cybersecurity and fintech scams like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Please, one final question for you. Why are you doing this?
To safeguard.
Understand this. I am a businessman and you are trying to spoil my business. Why are you doing this?
We've seen things like this. We've seen people lose money, tends to cry. Nigerians, our mothers, our neighbors, things like this has happened to them where they lose store money. Some people collapse. Some people end their life because of this. So we are trying.
Have you been scammed before?
My mother has been.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very.
All right. We're not taking question from the audience. Of course, we know that. But you have a question. Please, where's that 3 minutes count? Let it roll. Your work is registered as being under AI with guardrails, but I feel like it has more to do with the fintech space. Would I be wrong?
We're using AI to secure fintech, so it's more of AI.
Thank you very much. They're using AI to secure fintech. Okay, so we have an actual question. Please, Mabino, sorry. Don't be vexed. Kamsamida, come back. Thank you. The 3 minutes is still counting now. We're still within that time. Yeah, he's the one that has question now. So ask your question.
Yeah, well done, guys. Nice presentation. So my question is, you guys are using AI to solve problem of cybersecurity threats. What if somebody comes and uses AI to try to beat your AI? For example, when dealing with database, we have SQL injection, and in AI as well, there is prompt injection. How do you defend against that? And also in the future, if you want to scale, say, you want to use your tool to mitigate against like data exfiltration in an organization setting, for example. Maybe an organization uses Microsoft 365 or maybe AWS or Azure. And there are some people that may want to exfiltrate data by trying to tweak or use the same word, prompt injection, in order to get access to sensitive data. Are there any guardrails that you have implemented or you are looking to implement to mitigate against that?
Thank you. We went through the NDPR, so yes, in Nigeria Data Protection System, and how they want systems to be built, how they want users' data to be secured, and also how the system itself is going to be secure. So no one can. The prompt injection, we built our thing on few short prompting, where the AI goes through the database, what is in database, to give verdict. No matter the prompt injection, no matter the prompt you try to tweak, the AI is going to stand on, is based on the prompt and the model we built, and the prompt we actually gave Grok, because we're using Grok API for giving the verdict. The prompt to it is that it's not succumb to another person verdict. No matter who is using the API, can't tweak or try to change some things. And our database, we're using Superbase for this hackathon. So on the Postgre, we have a maximum security, RLS on everything.
Thank you very much. We're out of time.
We've built this for the hackathon. We've tested it personally. We've not tested it, or we've pushed this to production, but we've not tested it with many users yet.
Like with actual real-life systems, have you tested it?
Not yet, sir.
You could have shown us here to see how it works, and then somebody here will give it prompt injection and see if it's going to defend against it.
All right.
Yes,
so thank you very much. Thank you, Scam Shield. All right, moving on. We have the Mavericks team. The Mavericks team is building under the AI with Guardrails track, and the title of their project, is Vedants. Their team lead is Rahim. Let's just stick with Rahim. There are 3. Unfortunately, one is sick. The other one has exam. So one is sick, one has exam, and there's just one man standing. And funny enough, he's also under the weather. Okay? I should come. Okay, I'm coming to you. Oh, all right, no problem. Okay, so Vedant, please just hold on with Vedant. Our judges are still compiling and they will need to compile. Do you need like 1 minute of total silence to just, okay. They don't need 1 minute. Nobody died. Um, so I was saying, there are three. One is sick. One has exam. This one too is not feeling fine very well. Should we stretch our hand and just pray for him? So that they will receive healing. As he's on the altar, he's healed automatically. Funny enough, you know that 350K I won? So the night before I did that essay writing-ish, that was my first time in Abuja. I felt sick. I was always falling sick. I don't know why. So I came to write my essay with drip in my hand, and I scored 68. And the lady that came first had 71. So imagine if I was fined. What's 500K allowed? I didn't say to pay me, but what can we do? I've chopped the 350K. They stole the laptop, but it's fine. I sure had it. Okay, we're good to roll. So I give you Verdant and all the best. Please, where's his time? Okay, we're holding on because your time is... The team name is...
Team Mavericks.
Mavericks. They're building under AI with guardrails. That's the second. Their project title is Verdant. Is it Verdant or Verdant?
Verdant.
What he said. All the best.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rahim, and my teammates Emmanuel and Ismail are not present here, because she has already said. So basically, our team Mavericks are building under the track AI with guardrails, and our project title is Verdant. So basically, Nigerian developers are shipping AI into hiring, lending, healthcare, and content moderation with zero audit. Basically, zero infrastructure beneath it, and it's not because they do not care, it's just because there is no tool that was built for them. There are tools like, I'm talking about Nigerian developers here, there are tools like something by IBM and Microsoft, but those ones, their baseline, it was designed specifically for the Western population, the Western demographic, basically. And so, basically, it has the wrong baselines, the wrong pricings, and the wrong compliance framework. And that gap, the gap is not caused by willingness or that I don't want to do it and then they were not able to do it. It was caused by a lack of infrastructure. And basically, what Verdant is doing is accessible accountability. Yeah, next slide. So, now I'm just going to go into what Verdant does. Basically, so under the hood, every AI call that you send to Verdant passes through 5 stages. Now, why are we sending an AI call to Verdant? So basically, this is what Verdant does. It receives the data you put, the prompt you input to your LLM, and then it generates a integrity or trust score, basically. So, like I said, it goes through 5 stages, which is intent, what the output is trying to do, baseline, which Nigerian demographic baseline applies, bias, does this output match known bias patterns, and explain. Basically, it's a plain language reasoning and explanation, and then the integrity score, which is auditable math. It is a combination of numbers that are crunched up. I'll get to that in a little bit. So basically, yeah, this is the next slide. So bias flagging against Nigerian demographic baselines. Is this it? Yeah. So plain language explainability, the integrity score, and immutable audit, trail, and also webbook alert when scores drop below a certain threshold, which is 40. So once the integrity score drops below 40, it sends your webbook an alert that basically, okay, something is wrong here, that you should take a look at your dashboard. Okay, and then pattern analytics. You can view what the AI has been, how the AI has been responding to calls. So basically, there are 4 tracks that this is very useful for. It's used in hiring, it's used for in lending, healthcare, and content moderation. So basically now, if let's say someone from Kano, for example, I'm not shading anybody from Kano here, but like, I'm just saying, so someone from Kano now submits like their resume or CV to a HR, and then they pass it through their AI scoring system, like ATS now, for example, and then they pass it through something like that, and then it's just the AI just gives the person like it passes them off like, oh, do not hire this person. A developer can't tell you why. Like, okay, like asking me now, why did he reject? I can't tell you why. I'm not the AI. So basically, that's what Vedant does. It would now, like, in the context of hiring, it would let you know what the AI was going through, basically. Like, what, not really what it was going through, but like the thought process and the reason of why it's passed that candidate. Oh, maybe the person was from Kano, maybe the person like schooled in Unilore, they did school in Unilag, that sort of thing, basically. Next slide. So basically, a microfinance platform catches regional bias in loan approvals before it becomes discrimination at scale. And an HR platform gets a bias report before it costs them a candidate, like I just said. And a health tech tool gets webhook alerts when integrity scores drop. So they retrain before a misdiagnosis becomes a lawsuit. So basically, next slide. This is the market opportunity. There are 3.8 million Nigerian developers, basically, and everybody uses some sort of AI integration nowadays. Either you are using Claude, you are using Gemini, ChatGPT, you are using it in your projects. At least I can count like 4 people or 3 people before me has done that in their own projects. Can we just pull up the demo real quick? So I'll just like run everyone through how it should work. So this is Vedant here. So make every AI decision inspectable. There is a documentation for it's mainly built for the developers. So open the Read docs. So basically, there is an explanation. So it tells you what it is: an NDPR native SDK that wraps any AI integration and returns a structured reasoning chain. So scroll down a bit. I also want to walk you through how it's going to be used in a real production setting. So you just, for most people that use Python in their backend, you just run pip install Vedant. It's on the PI library. Yes, you can install it on your PC right now. And so basically, once you do that, you come over to our dashboard, but then you generate an API key from your settings, and then for cost management, I do not want to put all the cost on my head. And so basically, the user generates their own Gemini or Claude API key, and then can add it on our platform here. If you can open if you can open the dashboard from up there and move to settings. So basically, here you can generate your Vedant API key to use in code here. These are the thresholds basically, so it hasn't gotten to that yet. And then the LLM provider keys basically, Anthropic for Claude, Google for Gemini. That's what I just built for now basically. So once you have signed up, you just paste your something like you can see here configured. So if it works, it uses this key. So basically, I'm not going to be handling cost for the API keys. And go back to audits. Basically, you can see different. This was when I was testing it. I can't run it physically now because it's just code. So basically, you have this. And you can scroll through it just to show what it looks like. You can see shortlisting the candidate, rejecting the candidates. Those other ones are just mock tests. So thank you. That's Vedant in a nutshell.
All right, judges.
All right. Sorry, what's your name again?
Rahim.
Probably the most unique presentation so far, and it's not something you typically see in this side of the world.
Thank you.
But very impressive, and I like the fact that you've gone quite a bit down what you're doing. My one question primarily is around actual market for this. I know you said we have 3.8 million Nigerian developers and all that stuff, but do you think the Nigerian market is ready for a solution like this? And how would you intend to market something like this if you were to take it to the market?
Honestly, that's a very good question. But for the marketing side, I want to answer that one first. There are so many developer communities out there. There's GDG Lagos. There is, for example, now BTN. There is when it comes to Unilag, there are a lot of different developers and outside also. So basically, all I just have to do here is just share with my peers on those platforms that they should try and use this in their project. So basically, once they use it and they see how effective it is, people probably that are working in startups now, for example, that will need an auditable trail for their AI systems and blah blah blah, and they use it and they see, okay, well, this is actually effective. We are noticing bias in certain patterns and this, and then that's basically how I do intend to gain customers from there. What was your initial question? The first one.
I said, do you think the market is ready for this solution?
Honestly, nobody is ever ready for innovation if you think about it. It just happens overnight, and then people adopt it.
Okay. But if the market, how do you scale it? If you feel like the market isn't necessarily ready, but how do you scale it in your context? How do you make more people be aware of? Because this is a very niche topic, right? This is AI governance and regulation. Yeah. And AI is just making, let's say it's not new, but it's like to the world, it's like what? Global is like 3 years old primarily. And to this part of the world, it's probably like a year plus. So more companies are beginning to adopt it gradually, but the governance side of it is what you're trying to solve for. So how do you think it's going to be scalable from your point of view?
Scalable? You mean the technical aspect?
No, not the technical aspects, just the business. The business side. Because you want to make money from it. Are you doing it for free?
No, okay, I'm not okay. Okay, that's the go-to-market strategy or the business part of it. So basically, every user or every account has a free 1,000 API calls. That's just for the free limit. So basically, once people start to adopt it, once they start to adopt it into something, once they cross that 1,000 API call threshold, they'll be required to charge their fund their or subscribe for the platform. Basically, you get, and so from there on, that's just basically, and from that point.
Rahil, is that the name?
Yeah.
I commend your team for this work, but there's a question that is important to us which we need you to answer. And the question is, what is your strategy? We need a clear path of your strategy towards adoption. What is that strategy towards adoption? Just be very specific and direct. If you have not thought about it before now, just tell us you've not thought about it before now. Okay?
It follows the same go-to-market strategy that I mentioned earlier from developer communities, basically. And then once they have noticed it, basically the people that are there in those communities are working in startups, in big tech companies, and so once they are able to get the SDK in their
so your dependence is just on Google Developers Group?
No.
Talk to us about it because it's crucial to your work. Your work is not...
and also I do intend to run social media ads, and because, for example, now...
Okay, thank you. I got it. Now, I want to ask you, in developing this, has your team made any effort to talk to people like NDPR?
Oh, no, we haven't.
So, you are thinking of developers adopting this into what they are building, which is at production level, okay? So, and you have not looked at these regulators?
We have done our research on it, basically.
Beyond your research,
that's the thing.
Who certified you? Who are the people that certify that your work is safe? because you are talking about solving a problem of AI governance. Yourself, are you governed? Are you compliant? That's what I'm asking. Is there a step that you've taken in that direction to get these to be certified?
Certified, no, but certified, it hasn't been certified up. It's still this is still an early stage product. So all this is going to come later after still after some building, because this is still an MVP basically.
Okay, you've done a great work here so far. I want to ask you, do you have a particular industry in mind that is going to be your first target, your early adopters?
Yes, fintech platforms that have to do with
Why
lending.
fintechs?
That they have to do with lending systems, because basically now, for example, I don't know. Stop. Okay, sorry. Fintech platforms use AI models in when they have to judge for loans, basically. So they go through your credit history and then they'll pick on whether or not, and also banks, they also do that. So they use that in their, what they call it, and also HRs in hiring context. There's, for example, I don't know, there's something called ATS, basically used to run through CVs and resumes. So basically, that's also an industry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Because of time, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We have one question from the audience, and it's online. So this is the question: what tools will Vedant use to track those activities to generate integrity? If it uses AI, then Africa is not yet modeling its own AI skill due to limited data. So is Vedant powered by Western AI?
Okay, that's a tricky question. It's powered by Western LLM, yes, but it's guided on Nigerian compliance, the NDPR's policies, basically. It's guided on that, but uses Western LLMs.
All right, thank you, Rahim. I wish you all the best, you and your teammates. Yes, we can put our hands together for him. All right, so moving on, the next team we're having is the Kairos team. And good enough, the title of their project is Kairos. Their work is under the community platform track. Judges, should I hold on? Okay. So Kairos, you can just be coming up while we wait for the judges. Ma, you hold on. They say we should hold on. You're supposed to be 2. Where's your second? Okay, he's a guy. Would he be joining you eventually? Okay. Okay, so let's just hold on for judges. You're welcome. No, it's fine. All right, sir. Am I good to proceed? All right, so this team is Kairos. That's the name of the team. And their project title is Kairos. They are working under the 4th track. That's Community Platform, CP. They're working on the CP. The team lead is Kairos. Abigail. Yes. So all the best. Your time starts now.
No, it has not come up yet. So.
She said her work has not come up, so it has not started.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before it comes up, I would like to put, just appeal to everybody, because in case you hear me say skepticism, I actually mean skepticism. But English is hard and I'm tense, so thank you.
Okay. Are we up? Are you up? You're not up. There are 2. The other person is at the back. He would hopefully be joining her. She's the team lead.
What's the name of it?
The name of the team? Kairos. Sorry?
Kairos.
Kairos.
Yeah, Kairos.
Both the team and the project are one.
All right.
We're good, yeah?
Yes.
Please let the time start counting.
All right. Good, everyone. My name is Sekeno Abigail. and together with my teammates, who's at the back, we built Kairos, a transparent giving platform addressing challenge to our community and stewardship tech. So our promise is simple. We give with proof, not faith. So now, in my school, our school fees was recently increased, right? And a final year student that could not afford it posted an appeal soliciting for funds and attached screenshots of the bills that was needed. Many people were moved until they gave. And so we started seeing more appeals, right? And my friends and I began to wonder, like, are they all legit or are they scams? Because these screenshots could have been edited and reused. So this is similar to the case for many other posts that we see. I cannot count the amount of WhatsApp status that I've seen on people soliciting for surgery funds and likes, right? And many times I genuinely want to help, but I just scroll past or close it, not because I do not care, but because I cannot verify that these stories are legit. So fake emergencies and recycled photos have made skepticism our rational response, right? And even with legit NGOs, donors never actually learn what their money achieved. And so many times donors hold back and genuine needs go unmet. The problem is not lack of compassion, it is lack of a trusted middle layer. This is why we built Kairos. Next slide. Kairos is the trusted middle layer between people who need help and people who actually want to help. So first, every organizer has to be verified thoroughly, and our AI interviewer will thoroughly screen them before any course goes live. Now, we made giving easy, right? Because our course can easily be shared as an ordinary link on every social media platform. And anyone who sees the story can easily get the gist of everything. Now, the most important part is that the money never leads to a personal account, right? The money moves from our escrow account to a verified vendor in the approved budget list, right? And then you get a receipt of what your money did exactly. Other crowdfunding platforms move money. Kairos move proof. Now, at the heart of Kairos are 4 core innovations. Donor level attribution, where every payment is traced to every donor automatically. Escrow to vendor raise, like I mentioned before, the money moves from our escrow account directly to vendors and not to personal accounts. Trust that is earned, so new NGOs or organizers can only start small, with their limits raising only with receipted delivery. AI verified intake, where our AI thoroughly screens and asks questions before it raises an error. Now, donors don't just get a thank you, they get a receipt showing exactly what their money was used for. So Kairos is built for a low trust market, right? Because we're skeptical. So it is built for a low trust market, and there's no cash to steal. Once identity and reputation is at stake, as a bond identity cannot come back. Vendors are checked against CAC records. Delivery is in stages. You prove it with photos and receipts to unlock the next stage. Newcomers start small, and everything is in the open, visible to both donors and non-donors alike. Now, note that we are not claiming that fraud is impossible on our app, because obviously, fraud cannot be completely eliminated. It can only be alleviated, and we're trying to alleviate it by making it visible, traceable, capped, and unprofitable. So now, Nigerians are already very compassionate people, right? When a stranger story goes live, you see millions move in days. Kairos simply removes the hesitation that prevents money from reaching people with genuine needs. And as for honest NGOs, our accountability reporting becomes a byproduct of them simply using our platform and helping them to get recurring donors. Now, some people don't want to offer money, they want to offer their services, right? Kairos leads volunteer needs too. So somebody who wants to go for a prison or orphanage outreach can simply come on the platform and get willing hands on the platform. Now, we are very feasible because we are scaling on existing rates such as BVN and NIN, CAC, Paystack, and Flutterwave transfers. So let's see our demo to see exactly how the app works. Please pause my time. Thank you.
This is Kairos coming. Courses live in a social feed. Every organizer identity verified, every card showing real progress, vouchers from independent people, and a donate button right there. Open a course and you get the full story. How much has been raised, how much is sitting in escrow, and 2 buttons, donate or copy the link and share anywhere. Anyone who opens the link sees exactly this. No app required. Scroll down and you find what no other platform shows. The verification panel, every piece of evidence checked, and the itemized budget. Corrective surgery, 850,000 paid to loot directly in this case. The vendor is verified and account is on record. Money already spent leaves a trail. The actual receipts, photo updates from the field, and a public ledger of every naira in and out. All of it is inspectable by anyone, whether you are a donor or not. Creating a course is not a form, it is an interview, and the AI on the other end is live. Watch it push back. I said my brother needs surgery, and it asks for the specific dates and the full name of the hospital. When it has the story, the evidence, and the budget, it runs a fraud screen, timeline consistency, vendor naming, budget specificity. Nothing goes live until it passes. And here is the heart of Kairos, the organizer's wallet. 155,000 held in escrow, and there is no withdraw button anywhere. The only thing an organizer can do is pay a verified vendor on their published budget. The moment that payment goes out, every donor gets this. 4,560 of your 7,000 was paid to loot. Invoice 0042, which is 65% of your gift. Nobody wrote that message. The platform computed it for every single donor the instant the money was moved.
So in short, Kairos turns transparent giving from an act of blind faith to one of complete transparency. So we are Team Kairos, and we look forward to bringing transparent giving to all communities. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Team Kairos. Thank you for your presentation. First question I have is, you are using AI to verify responses.
Yes.
And we all know that AI is not exactly infallible, so it can make mistakes.
Yes.
So how do you verify that AI is not marking a true story as a lie?
Okay, the barrier for entry is not very, very strict. That's the measure we're taking, because what we're doing now, we're checking for, is this person using a reused photo, right? And those are the basic. That's like the basic form of verification. So there are still further verification we'll do. Like, for example, the everything is in the public. People can also verify, right? So basically, the answer to that is that is a relatively low barrier entry to create a course. Yes.
Okay, but
Yes.
your value proposition is around transparent giving, so it means
Yes.
that you're saying,
Yes.
this is what you presented, that you're using something to verify the information
Yes.
requesters are given. So if it's very low,
Okay.
why is it necessary?
Let me give an example. In the case where you say your brother is in loot, right, and you need surgery, okay, we ask for proofs. And like I said, like she said, you can't completely eliminate surgery. So if it's looking plausible, yes. Then when you want to make the payment, we're going to check, did you actually pay to loot accounts? We're using CAC records here. So if you pass that stage, it will be difficult to pass this stage. And you're also giving proofs like everyone can verify.
Okay. And you talk about vendors and CAC records.
Yes.
How do you get the vendors? How do you validate the vendors? How do you do all that stuff? Does CAC have a publicly accessible API for you
Okay,
to
I
do
can't
that?
remember the exact third-party organizations that do this, but there are many. CAC does not have an official API, but there are many of them that do that. Also, we also realize that there are some cases where, for example, you want to pay to a supermarket, right? It might not have a CAC record, right? So the proof you can give in this case is the receipt of the payments that you made to the supermarket. Such things. So those are checks that they are not the
it's not that if you are not registered, it won't work. But it's just an extra check basically. So for something like hospitals now, definitely that has to be there. But for lower cases, for informal cases, for example, someone wants to, someone basically a POS, someone that you want to buy from like a malam, so to speak, like POS. So that the level of checking is going to be like relatively low in this case. Yeah.
Okay, but your value proposition, I keep hammering on that.
Yes.
Primarily around transparency giving and
yes.
Everything being clear. So, and you demoed CAC and all that stuff. So,
yes.
A third party, like, just to give you an example, a third party CAC person could be Null-based, right? Null-based is someone that does stuff for CAC. So, let's say you plug into those kind of guys. What if I'm a business and I don't have a CAC record, but I'm legit?
If you don't have, then when you're registering, okay, for example, I'm paying to your bank account, right? When you're registering the bank account, you use your name, use your information. So we can also use that to verify. That was part of our verification checks.
So do you onboard the vendors? Like, how do you have a database of vendors stored, or how do you? Because I'm guessing since you're using AI, there's going to be some training aspect to it. So.
Yes.
Is there going to be a database of stored vendors over time, or is it just as a one-off basis as someone recommends vendors, you run checks every single time, or is there going to be something in the background running?
Yeah, we will first of all check it against our own.
How do you do that?
We're first check it against our own data.
So that's manual.
We're using like I said, there are other. For example, okay, if for example. We're not really storing a lot of data, right? So, except we're going to store only data that like comply with NDPC. So the storage of data is very minimal. So we're relying primarily on, like we said, the existing rails. We're primarily relying on APIs. So I think the answer to your question is we're actually running it almost every time. Yes.
Okay. Fair.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I want to ask a follow-up question here before I go to my question. So you are relying on AI to do the verification.
Yes.
How much does it cost to verify each claims or evidence?
Okay. Currently, we are using the Haiku model, Claude, and it's actually the lowest. So in truth, we've not completely planned out the costs because the model we're using currently, and we've not currently trained our own model. It's just a demo, so it's not something we have a full answer to. Yeah.
Okay, so the ones you've used for your
Yes.
Demonstration,
Yes.
is it free tier?
It's not free tier. Claude provided some free credits to us as Unilag students, so we are using the subscription to do that.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned escrow service.
Yes.
Okay, which one are you using?
Like I said, in the
Or
presentation,
which one do you intend
in
to
the presentation, we stated that that's part of the app for now is abstracted, so we have not settled on the particular escrow service to use.
Then you are not transparent.
No, okay.
Because you're talking about transparency as your USP, right?
Yes.
And you don't want to hold the phone.
Yes.
That is why you integrate escrow service.
Yes.
Which one do you currently or do you intend to? So if you abstract that layer, it means...
So for the sake of the demo, right, we actually put up Paystack or Flutterwave, right? But then we're looking at researching more as time goes on in production skill, right, to know the best one to use.
Okay. How do you make money?
Okay. Currently, we decided to choose the community track. So we're not making profit as such. We are only because we're paying Claude and all of that. So we have to sustain the app. So the money we're making from the app, first of all, is supposed to just sustain the app. And how we plan to do that, first of all, is through NGOs. Because if you think about it, it's a win-win situation for them. If they fund our app, then if they help us fund our app, then they can also use our app. Also, we plan to, just like when you want to pay through, when you're doing a checkout, there's an extra charge that you. So we're going to also get a certain percentage from that. Yes.
What if, just what if,
Yes.
you are unable to get an NGO that is interested in what you are doing?
Then currently we have to depend on. So let's say someone makes a donation 50,000.
What if you cannot find someone that make a 5,000 donation?
If nobody makes any donation, then the app is not in use. So there is no cost to run.
He's saying, what if, like he's saying, if a person now wants to help out somebody and they're making a donation, we're not talking about the NGOs now, we're talking about the person making a donation. So let's say the person makes 50,000 donation, right? So we can remit to the escrow like 49,000 something, right? And remove that one just for the maintenance of the app, like you said.
Okay, I'm having a problem. That's why I'm asking you this question. Okay, so you have to be careful what you choose as your unique value proposition. You're talking about transparency. For users to gain trust to use your kind of platform, we want to understand how money comes in and how money goes out. You're completely unable to explain that to us because that is the core reason why you exist. In fact, every other thing hangs on it. If you can't be transparent, okay, there's a problem. Think of that. Maybe beyond here, think of that. Do you understand that? Thank you. Unless you have something to say.
Yeah, I just want to say that we were focusing mainly on helping out the community. And although money is important, right? That's why we're looking at the NGOs, partnering the NGOs, and probably removing a certain, like a very small amount from the donations that's made for the sustenance of the app.
Thank you very much. Let me help you beyond here. Okay. The first and the most valuable question you are going to be asked in terms of investors or even NGO is how much have you spent? How much of your money have you spent? Because you are talking about transparency and you are building for community. Okay? So you are taking a position of non-profit organization. That's what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
That's what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Then you contradict where you came from. Please take note of that. Thank you.
All right. So please, before you go, we have 2 questions online. What happens to funds that remain after a milestone payment or after the campaign is completed? Are they kept in escrow indefinitely, returned to donors, or used in some other way?
All right. So, there's a certain amount that the organizer would have said is needed. All right. And once that limit is reached, you cannot donate again. That's basically it. So you cannot donate more than what.
So there will be no
required.
excess to keep
Yes, so there's
anywhere.
no excess to keep anywhere.
All right. So the second question, you mentioned verification and fraud screening. Could you explain what the process actually looks like? Who performs the background checks and what evidence do they rely on? For example, in a world where AI can generate realistic documents and images, or where an organizer and a vendor might collude, how does Kairos distinguish genuine cases from coordinated fraud? Do you have field agents, third-party verification partners, or other safeguards beyond uploaded documents?
We are relying solely on AI. So, and it's something that we're going to modify. We're going to train the AI next later. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope our questioner got that. Please let's celebrate them. We're moving at the speed of light right now. Judges, are you ready? Should I bring up the next team? All right, while I'm waiting for them, I'll just be bringing up the next team. The next team is the Market Bridge team, and the name of their project is Market Bridge. It falls under the community platform track, and the team lead is age.Our Isaiah. There are 2. One is coming with a laptop. Oh, so you can't. Oh, okay. Where's the second person? Where's the age.Our? I thought that was a girl's name, but that's fine. Okay, you can put your laptop here. All right, so while we're waiting for the judges. Okay, Market Bridge, your projection is already on, so that's beautiful. But we're just waiting for the judges. We're good, yeah? You got their name and their track. This is Market Bridge team. And the title of their project is Market Bridge. They're building on community platforms. That's the track code, CP. And they are just 2 in the team. He's here. he's there. All the best. Please let his time start counting.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is age.Our, and I'm here from Market Bridge.
Nobody can hear you.
So, every morning across Nigeria, over 14 million market people wake up, open their stores, and begin to trade. Some have been doing this for years, others have been doing it for decades. They've built a reputation, they've built trust, they've built community validation that cannot be bought with money. However, when they get to a bank, this reputation stands for nothing. The bank looks at them and says that this cannot get them any credit. Now, if you look at the numbers, 57% of Nigeria's GDP comes from this informal economy that does not have the formal records in that form. Then, only 5% of the formal credit that is allocated for informal economy gets to these people because of this data issue. Then, even 61% of these sellers are shortlisted out of the process before they can even get to the creditworthiness stage. So what Market Bridge is here to do is turning this trust, this reputation, this value they've built within their communities into something that can be worth money. Okay. So, yeah, next slide. So, Market Bridge doesn't replace traditional finance. It bridges the gap, helping financial institutions understand businesses that they couldn't evaluate before. So now we have verified profiles, we have community references, we have trust scores, and we have a trust passport. The verified profile is these business owners build rich, evidence-backed digital identities. The community references, that is your peers, your fellow sellers, your customers, your suppliers, and a market head will verify for you through links. Then there's a trust score. This trust score is calculated on the system, and a number, as you get to a number, you'll be eligible for certain financial credit. Then this trust passport is a printable document that shows every form of detail and is for banks to assess. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so can I have the demo up, the video demo? I would continue the explanation from there. Okay, can it be put on 2x speed? Because it has some lag at some point. So yeah, this is a sign up. You enter the dashboard. So this is, you enter your business name, you enter category is entered, the market in which you sell, how many years you've been in business. Then you can have a short business bio and the store address or location description. So this is for a business titled Corridors Bag. And what they do, they sell spaghetti and other meals to students in Unilag. So, okay. No worries, let's say it's down. Okay. It's the video, okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, so it's right in the description. Just, yeah, could you 10 seconds ahead? Okay, yeah, saving business details. Now, this is the dashboard. 20%, 20 or 100 is given because it's just opening the account. Then, yes, that's customer purchase receipt. And you upload the documents, it's going to show here in this bank. This, yes, that adds a score of 5. So the CAC registration is optional because most of these businesses are not registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission. Then yes. Then this is the reference. This is you put in the name of a person you would like to reference. So it could be a fellow seller, it could be a supplier, it could be a market association official, and it could be a neighbor, his fellow soul. So it generates a verification link. You copy the link. Then this second tab is acting as the tab where the person will fill this link. So by the time the page is loaded, it is verified. So this is the reputation score right now. Then this is the document that will be printed and given to the bank. So now we have an AI integration that explains why this score happens, the strengths, the weaknesses, and why the bank should probably review this business. So the evaluation confidence level for this one was given at medium. So this is a verified account because it has uploaded some documents to it. And yes, okay, so basically what MarketBridge is selling here is the idea that trust should not be unquantifiable. Trust should be something that when you have it, when you brought it to banks, along with other requirements that banks will want, when this trust does not go to waste. So how we plan to scale? Number one, we plan to partner with banks and microfinance institutions. We plan to partner with cooperative societies, for farmers, agricultural institutions, then some SME ecosystems. Our revenue streams include premium business verification, institutional API partnerships, trust verification services, and later on in the future, business analytics. So, okay. Yeah, how we plan to launch. Number one, we have our phase one. Our phase one is to launch. Then within this phase one, something you could call a phase 2 or phase 1.5 is to partner with these banks and institutions. So we plan to pick one bank. Then we have the intelligent AI-powered supplier recommendations and business insights. Then expansion across from Lagos to Nigeria. So yes, at the end of the day, your reputation should be as valuable as your credit score. At MarketBridge, we are building the infrastructure that transforms invisible trust into economic opportunity for millions of entrepreneurs who deserve to be seen. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. I think my first question is around the idea itself. So you said reputation is as important as your credit score. So basically, if so if because what you demoed now just says is the reputation thing is primarily me getting someone to vouch for me.
Yes, so any of those 4 people that you built a relationship with, so either a customer, then or market association official or market official head, association head, then a supplier.
yeah, is that really reputation in the sense to a bank who is trying to loan you money? How does that? I get what you're trying to say, but how does that sell to a
Okay,
bank?
so this question was a question I actually got somewhere before, and I was talking to a family friend of mine who works at a bank, and he said that so reputation works in the sense that when people are coming to banks to get loans, they have guarantors. So when they have guarantors, some of these traders cannot get the large scale guarantors that these banks are already offering, that these banks already asked for. So this is some sort of an alternative to it. So you already have this relationship with these people. They act as your guarantors on this platform. So it's easier for you to get a guarantor using this platform.
So what are the possible checks you have? Because it's easier for you to get a guarantor, or it's how?
Okay.
It seems like something that somebody could game.
Yeah. Okay. So number one, we have something called volume dampening. So let's say the trust score, let's say for the verification, the people recommending you on the site, if one score equals 5 points, or 5 points in the score, 2 points, then 2 verification equals, let's say 10. By the time you get to 20, it is not times 20. So the value of each of these scores is reducing consecutively. So it's basically dampening. So you cannot exactly game the system on a large scale and expect that, okay, because I got 20 of my employees to fill up this site, I will get times 20 and fill up the 100 mark immediately.
So how many verifications do you need to be trusted in that sense?
So the verification here is 70. 70 increases it to high, then 80 increases it to very high. Then that is positive for a bank to review. Then
no, sorry. I mean, like, how many people do you need to verify you to get to a score of 70 or 80? Do I know that as a user? Sorry, do I know that as a user, or is that available to? Or is it just something you guys would know on the back end?
Yeah, that's something we would know on the back end. So the score for them to be fully verified, for them to start getting funding, is 70.
So, to you guys that know that number, how many people would I need to bring in that will verify me?
You need to bring in about 6 or 7.
But I don't know that, right?
You don't know until you use it. So it's a thing that you cannot game the site. So you do not know until you get your verifications, then you eventually see that, you've gotten to a point where you can start approaching banks, our partner banks, obviously, and to start getting funding.
So beyond the question, because you just on the referral onboarding, you should, if I call it that, referral onboarding, you should. There wasn't a lot beyond just, I know this person is a trusted person, and if I put myself as a financial institution, if I'm going to give you a loan, I don't think I need to know whether you trust him or not. I need to know whether you as a guarantor can afford to pay for him if you default.
So what we intend to add as we scale from the MVP is a verification for also these suppliers, verification for whoever is going to trust this person. Whoever is putting it that I trust this person, we also have a verification for them. So we plan that maybe their details will be on the platform too. Banks can pull and check, okay, I've noticed records of this person and this person is worth it. Okay.
Don't you think that should be in your MVP? Because that's the most important thing to the guys you're trying to deal with. Like financial information on the person himself, and the person referring him. In my opinion, that's the most important thing to your potential partners. They don't need to know how well they trust you. People could lie, right? You can't use AI to verify that kind of information. I could type whatever I want to type. So that, to me, that should be the primary thing in your first demo. The way to prove that these persons are financially capable of being loaned. Because how credit works isn't just necessarily trust. It's more like banks need to know that you can pay back. Like, to hell with who trusts. Sorry, for lack of better words. Forgetting who trusts you, can you pay back? Like, can the person guaranteeing you pay back if you default? So to me, that should be part of this presentation. I didn't see that. I didn't even see that for even the main person. You didn't show how that like me, the primary person, is going to get.
Okay, while during the demo, there was a list of documents that should be uploaded, and there was a record
but
statement.
those are just records. They're not financial information. Banks don't just give loans based on those things.
Is the bank statement. The bank statement will signal to these banks whether they are verifiable or not.
Okay,
transaction patterns.
Cool. But in my opinion, right, I think all of that should be together in a package for your MVP, if that's what you want to do, and just have a further think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Age.Our.
What?
Age.Our, Isaiah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that presentation. I have a few questions to ask. Number one, how do you verify document originality?
Okay, so for
Hold
this...
on.
Okay.
Where you intend for a user to upload CAC, how do you recognize that the document uploaded is a CAC document, not a random document?
Okay, so I'd like to point out that for this MVP and for this demo we were showing here, the main thing I was trying to prove here was that when these documents are uploaded, it accounts for the score. So later on, as we plan to build it, that this was for the demo, as we plan to build the professional MVP, production MVP, that is where we'll have a verification service to see that are these valid bank statements, are these valid transaction receipts, are these valid CAC documents, are these valid addresses. So everything there will be verified on our system.
Isaiah, thank you for that. I get what you're saying. I want to ask you, how do you ensure that the referees, the intended referees, are not compromised? Let me give you a scenario. I know that this is the platform I want to jump into, okay, to aid me get money. I can simply call my brother and say to him, I'm sending a link to you. Kindly just fill the link and say something good about me just so that I can pass. How do you avoid that?
Okay, so basically, we're not saying that our system right now is fully fraud-proof.
Okay, what's the plan for that?
So yeah, the plan is that we will have even relationship verification, that even if this person has a real business relationship with this vendor, and yeah, as the...
Okay. Relationship verification.
Yeah.
I get that. Now, the next question I want to ask is, you are building for the informal sector.
Okay. Yes, we are informal markets.
Informal market. Okay. Are you able to ascertain their literacy level?
Their literacy level...
Looking at the kind of system you built, which I judge that it is built for people who are literate. Okay? Is that so?
So,
by literate, I mean people that can navigate technology, people that can read and write, people that can understand what a particular requirement on your system mean.
So yeah, to a degree, we right now we expect our users to have some form of language, and where that is impossible, we plan to onboard them on the site. Because for our first test, it is us that will have to be there with this person and put them through every step of the way.
Okay, that being said, I think you should think in that direction, because for now you did not think about that. Okay, so a system that will rely on multiple hands to onboard might pose a problem for you in terms of scalability. Okay, so don't build what you feel. Build what the users need. Do you understand that?
Yes,
that's beyond here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Market Bridge team. Any question from the audience? Okay, there's no question. Thank you very much, Market Bridge. I wish you all the best. All right. I am pleased to announce that I'm bringing up the very last team. So I feel like I should not even call your name. If I've not called your team, please, no, please let me call your name. Don't worry. If I just see a new team, the Abba Father team. The next team, which is the last team presenting, is the Quibera team. And their project is titled by their team name also, Quibera Project. It's built under CP, that's Community Platforms. Quibera is comprised of 2 members, and the team lead is Joseph. So Quibera. Our judges are still a bit busy, so we'll just wait for them to give us the go-ahead. Yes, I'll give you this mic. It's all yours. So your work is ready. You trust our media guys. Nobody has to be back there. Thank you for trusting us. So we're just waiting for our judges. But all the hackers so far, impressive, very impressive. I'm blown like, psh. Next year I'm going to put my own team together. It will be something legal for lawyers. There's nowhere in our contract that says BTN staff cannot compete in the hackathon event. Let's chop BTN money and win hackathon. Mr. Ikenna, Mr. Kristen. Okay, just a minute. The spelling of Q, that's Q-U-E-U. Okay, no, it's Q-U-E, Abby. Quickly. Should we like quickly or something? Even choir. Are we good to run? All right, so this is Quibera team. The name of the team is the title of the project. And they are building under CP, that's Community Platform. They're comprised of 2 members, and these are both of them up here. And yes, I wish you all the best. Please let the time start counting.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adebola Joseph. I'm a full stack engineer, and I have my teammates with me.
Yeah, so my name is Christopher Wanchuku.
Yeah. And we are solving one of the most frustrating problems people face every day, which is waiting. Waiting in long queues. Whether it's a bank, clinic, or any service-based organization, people tend to spend valuable time waiting without knowing when they will be served.
So today we want to show you how we are making queue management smarter and better for organization and the people that they serve.
So about 3 months ago, I and my friend, which is my teammate, went to a bank to open an account. And when we got to the bank, we saw that 60 people were already ahead of us. And at that moment, we didn't know if we were going to be waiting for 30 minutes, an hour, and we couldn't leave because if we leave, we might not like our place in line. So we had to start, and the problem is this thing happens every day across bank, clinics, and many other service-based organizations. And the result is wasted time, frustrated customers, and overwhelmed staff.
And so we asked ourselves, what if people could wait smarter and not just longer? And that's why we built Qbearer. Now, Qbearer is a cloud-based queue management platform. All right, so people don't just come to organization and just wait manually. They get signed digitally through a QR code or a link, and they get a queue number, and they are notified when it's their turn to be reached to by the organization, and they get reprogress. So you don't need to stand at the queue and wait for your time. Once you get your code, you can do other things. Once it's close to your time, you are notified that it is your time for you to be served in the organization.
Okay. This slide shows 2 sides of our platform. On the customer side, customers can simply join a queue via QR code or link, and the organization can manage the queue, can track, add, and manage customers from one dashboard.
So Qbearer provides everything that organization needs, all right? On the customer side, as I said, it's very simple. You just get a QR code with your number, and then you get notified when it's your turn to be served. On the organization side, they are given a dashboard that they can manage simply, with that improving customer service, making it faster and better.
Okay, going to the next slide. which is the market opportunity. QBR is not just limited to bank clinic. As long as your organization serves customers daily, as long as you're a service-based organization, you can make use of QBR.
So QBR also serve as a SaaS product, all right? So organizations are charged based on their needs and the size of their customers. So with this, we are giving customers access to use our services, all right, seamlessly without dealing with customer queue and issues. And on our own side, we can scale through the revenue we get from customer to onboard more organization into our platform.
Going to slide 8. Slide 8. So unlike the queue management platforms that are out there, many queue management platforms stop at just issuing tickets to customers. But we can notify your customers in QBR, you can notify your customers, and also the organization can also track, analyze, because queues provide valuable data. You can get to see the service type distribution, which is the service that customer came for the most, the average wait time, and the peak hours.
And also, more importantly, we built our MVP and we tested with one company, a clinic called Mononic here. So we gave them this product to test, and we got some feedback from them. And one of the feedback we had was that they were able to manage the customer. So there was no need for them to stand and be waiting on the line. They could just have their QR code with their ticket number. Once it's their time to be served, they get called through an email. And one problem they also gave us was the fact that the QR code to the link to sign was a bit longer. So we made it easier for them that they could just sign through a QR code and everything is set.
We've combined together product thinking, software engineering to build this product. So we'll be jumping live into the live demo of how QBR works. So once you get to our platform, click get started. Get started shows you, click smart queues. Like scroll down, smart queues. Explore smart queues. Explore, yeah. Okay, so just navigate back to, you already signed in already. Like you can click on the logo and the header. It's going to navigate to the dashboard. Yeah. So this is a service-based organization, and you currently see the average wait time that people waited in the line, the number of customers that were served today, the queue point. This queue point simply means the queues for the services that the organization offer. You can see the activity, customers that were served, and if you scroll to the bottom of this dashboard overview, we get to see a QR code in which customers can scan. There's also a join link where customers can just join using the link. And we also have a display screen. This display screen shows for customers in the organization, because not everyone has a smartphone. So you can add customers manually, and customers that are being added manually can see their place in line, who is next, and how far it is from there to get served through the display screen that the organization is going to display in the waiting area. So here we have the queue management page, which consists of whoever is in the queue. So we can add the customer manually at the top. Add customer. So we fill in the customer details, which is the full name, just any name. Phone number. So yeah, you add customer based on the service that the customer is coming for. Then you can add to queue and print receipts. So this shows that customer has been added, then a queue ticket is being generated and can be printed out using a thermal printer. And if you close and navigate back to the queue management page, you can get to see the customer that is currently joined the queue for account opening, and the staff can click serve next. This is going to notify the customer via email that it is installed. And the customer has currently been notified via email that it is installed. and you can mark the customer as completed or skipped if the customer is not available at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Kubera. Thank you for your presentation. I have a question, and it's primarily around how do you see it scaling? Because just take for example, I don't know if you maybe young, but when you go to get pizza in places like maybe Domino's or Panarottis or any of those guys, and you are waiting on the line, majority of them already have something like this where they show you your name and the wait time and all that stuff. So how is yours different from what they're building?
Okay. So our solution is not for restaurants, it's for banks, clinic, and service-based organization.
Yeah, restaurants is a service-based organization.
Yeah, so our focus majorly was on banks and hospitals because we didn't just build this because it was fancy. We actually went there. All right, and this was built based on the problem we saw. So we waited longer in banks, which was not supposed to be so, just for a simple problem. So we just saw this and we decided to ask, and we also spoke to few banks that we are privileged to meet, and it was something that they needed.
So for this, right? So
yes,
I'm playing a role as a customer. So let's say, because this, I don't really understand it. That's another thing. And does this have an end user? Because this is a SaaS platform, so it is a B2B thing. Does it have a B2C side, or is it just primarily B2B?
B2B.
So B2B. So as a user, I don't have an idea. I don't have any impact with this or any interaction with this.
Yeah. Yes. So basically, what is this? It's just basically for the organizations. All right. That's the businesses we're serving. That's the banks. So you as a customer, all right, yours is just to come, scan the QR code and wait on the line. So the thing we are solving that you don't have to necessarily wait there and wait for your turn. So you just stay around.
So when I scan the QR code, what do I put into it?
So
okay. When you scan the QR code, you just simply input your details and you join the queue. You have to be present at the organization for you to join the queue for the organization.
Okay. So I put in my details like what?
Your name and phone number.
Your name, email, phone
and
number.
What you're coming for.
Okay. So that's my own interaction with the system. Okay, then this information I'm giving, where does it rest? Is it on you or on the bank?
The information rests on the bank. So the bank can get to see the information.
No. I mean, like, I know the bank gets it, but who owns it? Who holds it? Is it you guys that own it, or the bank holds it? Because I'm giving you my name, my phone number, my email. Those are personal information to me. Yeah. So what I'm asking is, how do you intend to store it or keep it?
Okay, currently now the information is stored in our database, but the information is stored on that only the organization can get to see the information of the user, like their user's data.
Do you think the organization you're partnering with will trust you guys enough to store their customer data?
Yeah, so as I said earlier on, right, we went through a working system. So we gave them this stuff, like the same email and everything that was needed. So the reason why we needed the email for that was just to send informations to them, and this was something that they tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, it doesn't sound like it's going to be NDPR compliant. That's one. Now, secondly, if I am already in a bank, I'm trying to understand why I need an email notification to tell me that it's my turn. Where would I be in the bank?
Where will you be in the bank?
Yeah. So can you come again with the question?
Sorry?
We need to understand. What is this, sir?
Like, I'm already in the bank, right?
Okay.
I need to go at the bank to scan this thing. So if I'm already there, why do I need to be notified that it's my turn? Where would I be? Because I'm thinking I'm on the banking hall, I'm standing around, I can see what's happening around me. do I need to notify that it's my turn? I'm just trying to understand the thinking behind it.
Yeah, sure. So the stuff is this. One thing that we wanted to stop was the constant use of argument, because most time we have things like, it's my turn, I was here before you, no, you were here before me. You know, this kind of I've been in those arguments too. I've discussed about all this stuff. So the thing is that you just come to the bank, all right? You don't necessarily need to stand. Once you see people, you get, okay, this is not my turn. Once you scan, you can see, you can track when is your turn. So you can just be around. You don't need to stand and wait. So once it's your turn, you just go, have your service, and you leave.
Yeah, but is that really a problem worth solving?
Okay, we had the problem first hand because we needed to do something. All right, but
Sorry,
we took,
isn't that like a social problem? Like it feels like it's something that people would, that happens, doesn't happen every single time you go out. It doesn't. It's just something that happens when people are angry with themselves or something. Is it something that requires you going this length to have? Because to my point, restaurants and the likes already have things like this. So what stops the bank from buying those solutions those guys already have? What makes yours special? Why do I, if I'm a bank, why do I need to use Cubera?
Okay.
What makes it stand out? What makes it that special?
You can answer that then. Okay. For the key management platform that already exists, we have a multi-branch dashboard. So if you're a bank and you have several branches all over the world, you can manage your branch. You can manage your branches from one dashboard, get to the total number of customers that we serve for the month, year, and week, and the service type distribution also. So unlike standard queue management, we are different. We have a multi-organization dashboard.
Kuberry, thank you very much. Thank you, because of time. Thank you very much. I am concerned that you want people to queue in a smart way, right? Why are you now compelling these people to come to the organization before they can queue, when what you intended was seamless, smart? I was hoping you want to build something that a user can, right from his house, scan and see his queue, so that he can decide whether he can start going or can get involved in other things. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's beyond here, okay? Beyond here. Now, my particular concern now is, how do you make money from it? What is the economic impact this contributes to your organization, your clients, that would warrant them to want to use it? Do you understand my question?
From the part that I said, how we make money, the organization we have a monthly subscription plan based on the customers we currently serve. So for an organization that serve about 100 to 1,000 customers have their own plan, and the one that serves 1,000 to.
So how much do you charge them based
for
on
now,
this plan?
we've not decided on the price yet. We're actually going for pilot test.
Okay, so what constitutes your pricing policy? What gives you the idea that it should be 50,000 naira, 100,000, 5,000? What's that thing in your product that make you spend money that you would love to say, okay, because I'm spending 5,000 in this aspect of this product development, therefore I'm going to charge the organization 10,000. What's that thing that cost you? Like when you develop, you have what we call the make and the buy. What you make and what you buy, which will constitute your pricing model. What's that? Can you identify it for me in your product?
So there's a part I didn't quite understand.
When you build, we have in product, you have what we call the make and the buy. Your make list, what are you going to make by yourself? What are you going to buy into your product development, so that will form the basis of your pricing model? Can you identify it for me in your product?
Okay, so one of the thing is how we're able to store those customers, because currently what we are using to store them is a free database, which is actually not very strong. All right, so if we still leverage on the free, it's going to actually crash our system when we get to, let's say, 1,000 to tens of thousand users. So
okay, so you spend money on
so we spend
storage.
money
That's
on
what you're
storage.
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Money
How?
on storage.
What mechanism have you put in place that will trust an institution like a bank, just like he asked? You never answered that question. To trust you to store their clients' data. What mechanism have you put in place to ensure that you'll be able to buy the bank's trust? Bank will be able to trust you to store their clients' data, knowing that banking is one industry that is heavily regulated. So what mechanism have you put in place to ensure that bank will be able to trust you to store their data? Because you mentioned explicitly you spend money on data storage. So how are you going to navigate that trust part so that you can be able to gain their confidence to use your product?
Me basically, sincerely speaking, we actually don't know. Sincerely speaking, so we'll just have to.
I love your sincerity.
Yeah,
thank you. It answers a lot of questions. So beyond here, okay, you have a lot of homework to do. Okay, do not just enter to build for an industry that you don't understand how it operates. Okay, because you know that a customer's phone number carries his BVN, carries a lot in that relation. So for bank to trust you to use your product, you must be able to define how that's going to be safe.
Yeah,
so think about that beyond this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any question from the audience? I know we have one feedback, so let's just take the feedback and be done. Yes, please, your feedback, ma. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this beautiful presentation, and this is a very good one. So I just want to give one or two feedback. I know when you were doing your presentation, you're speaking to banks. I work in the healthcare sector, and this is very important in healthcare sector, especially federal hospitals. We all know the wait time, how big a federal hospital is. You have to go to the lab, you have to go to the scanning room and everything. This is actually very good. So instead of just thinking of bank, think of hospitals too, federal hospitals to be precise, to say that there is a scan. Take, for instance, a pregnant woman going in for antenatal. She needs to go for a scan. She needs to go to this place to get her medication, go for some lab works. Instead of her to just stay in one place and she has to go one by one to different places while lining up, she can just scan, different places. So whichever one is ready to receive her, she goes there and she goes around. That way, it helps to actually manage time, actually.
Yeah, basically, that's for what you say, it was true because we tested with a clinic. They are not just bank. So our it was something visible, like what you said, because they actually needed it in that place.
So it's a very good one. Please don't work on it. Actually,
All
it's very
right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Market Bridge team. And with that, we've come to the end of the hackathon presentations. I want to say a very big thank you to our judges. We'll just wait for you to compute the results. So for the hackers still in the house, the results will be announced tomorrow. The award ceremony is going to be happening tomorrow. Sorry? Thank you. So, hackers, why are you now leaving? Because I said we are now announcing results today. Why do you want to snap the picture now? You don't want to snap with me. I called your team. I made sure your work was projected and you're leaving when I'm still talking. Judges, please remove like 10 marks from all of them. Yes, but thank you very much to everyone that has stayed this long. We are super, super grateful. To our judges, we want to say thank you. Back in the days, we'll call them impartial panel of judges, and then the accurate timekeeper, and then every other person. Thank you, thank you. We're going to meet here tomorrow by 3:30 p.m. prompt. 3:30 p.m. prompt. Hackers, you're going to be signing in tomorrow with the time you came in. If you come in late, you have forfeited whatever prize you're getting. You have forfeited your results. So please, let's be here on time so we can start up on time. The books are still available at the book stand. 2 books. Please go there, buy a copy. And yes, please, media, can we have the QR code for the community projected and left on screen? You can still scan that and join the BTN General Community Platform. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being here with us. And so, Father, we thank you for today and how you've helped us thus far. Thank you for strength. Thank you for enablement. Blessed be your name, O God. And as we go home tonight, we ask and pray that your presence goes with us, O God. We ask and pray that you keep us in perfect peace and safety. Blessed be God now and forever. In Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Amen. Let's have an amazing night rest. See you tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. prompt. To our judges, we say a very big thank you, but I think we want to bring that down right now and put up the QR code because there's something not so right with it. So please put up the QR code while we wait for that. I want to say a very big, big, big thank you. Mr. Ikenna, thank you very much. Especially for me not calling your name rightly, but still, you know. Yes, so, yes, we can go home. Want to take pictures. Hackers, they said come up stage for the pictures. You see, and you would have gone home. Imagine. But to every other person, Kamsamida, see you tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody.